I've asked a lot of people who graduate from Phoenix one main question, and that is, what did the school mean to you as a student and as an individual?
Well, it was a good place for learning, and I thought we had very good teachers at that time and attending to business. So I thought it was a good adventure, and that Phoenix was as good as any other school in the area too.
Mm-hmm. Was there any particular teachers that you felt contributed to your development as a person?
Well, yeah, Mrs. Boyd in English, and Lovett in physical education.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can go through them all of them.
What about Mrs. Boyd?
Oh yeah, she's English, I believe.
Okay, she was the English teacher. What was her class like?
Oh, very good. She was very disciplined and all that, so kept everybody in line on that. But she was difficult, but everybody liked her though.
Okay, then she was a hard teacher.
Right.
And the other person you mentioned, what did they teach, and how did their interaction with you and other students mold you all as individuals?
And which ones were there?
The other teacher you mentioned. You said Mrs. Boyd, there was another one? Or just give me another teacher.
Lovett, he was physical education.
Okay.
And Rufus Gant, he was also physical. Okay. Oh, he was probably sciences and things like that. Yeah.
Now, were you on any team, or it's just regular, just phys ed class?
Oh yeah, we can talk about that all the time.
Okay, we'll talk about it. Tell me about that.
I was on the basketball team.
Oh, okay.
And I was also on the tennis team.
All right then.
In fact, we had the best tennis team in the state.
Mm-hmm. And I understand your basketball team, you had a special annual team event, I think either the Carver or Huntington, that was on campus.
Were there adversaries?
Yeah,
yeah.
The two, your adversaries, and they're still adversaries, I think.
Yeah.
That will not die.
Yeah, Carver, yeah, that was one of the main ones, and Newport News was Huntington. So that was always a main event when we played them.
What was the team being on the team like?
Being on the team?
How was that? What was that like? That camaraderie that you had with the other young men?
Well, kept us out of trouble by practicing for sports and all that, and not getting into other things that weren't so good.
And so, what did you all travel a lot? Were there a lot of practices that your coaches took you through?
Oh yeah. Well, for example, in Norfolk, where Booker T. Washington High School was, we traveled over there to play basketball, and unfortunately, one night they got into a fight on the floor there, and so our task was to get on the bus and get back to Hampton.
That was in the game. You all got in a fight on the floor.
Yeah.
That was an intense game. Did y'all ever go to a school called Union Kempsville over in Virginia Beach?
No, strangely enough, we never did play Union Kempsville. I guess maybe because they were in Chesapeake and we didn't extend that far. But
right.
As I live in Virginia Beach now, so I know a lot about that school's location. So
yeah, I work with people who went to that school. The school that you went to, Phoenix, had the great fortune to be on the campus. And according to some of the other alumni I've talked to, it gave them so many benefits. What were some of the special moments that you remember from being on the campus, like the programs at Alden Hall, the guest people who came to your school to teach? I mean, share some of those moments with me.
I guess one morning to share is it was the end of school year, and we had our graduation and all that set up. But meanwhile, I was playing in a tennis tournament in Norfolk, which I got back on time, but it was just on time, so I could march. So that was quite an experience.
Yeah. Did you remember some of the faculty people who, I think you all had student teachers?
Oh yeah, we had student teachers, yes.
There. What was it like working with them in Phoenix?
Well, I think it was a good experience. We drew those teachers from Hampton University, and other schools didn't have that privilege because they weren't that close to the schools. So that was to my benefit. In fact, I also lived right in back of Phoenix
Oh, you did what, on campus?
on campus. My father taught architecture at Hampton University,
That's right. That's right.
and
Yes.
that's where I grew up there. Had the advantage of waiting until the last minute to go to class, and then lunchtime I came at home and got my lunch, and then came back and went finished out the rest of the school day.
And how do you feel about that when you were growing up? That you were living on campus, and the school was on campus. I mean, how, did you like it or you didn't like
Oh,
it?
we liked it. We played basketball at lunchtime sometimes.
Okay. All right. That's what I remember. Your father was there. Are there any things that you wanted to bring out this morning about your experience of Phoenix that I haven't talked about with you?
No, except that I think we felt that our teachers were better since they were graduating from Hampton. Those that hadn't already graduated, and then we thought they were better than their average teachers.
One thing I want to ask you though, were there any that would you consider as a role model? Because that's one thing I hear, that the teachers were like our parents and they pushed us to be good. And people mention, so and so was good, and they made you wear, if you wore a white shirt this class, you had to wear a tie with the white shirt. I mean, was anybody in particular that stood out to you who was a role model?
Well, probably Mrs. Boyd. She was strict on things like that, and I think to a great extent we did wear ties to school.
Mrs. Boyd was, I know, the English teacher.
English.
Did she give you any advice on how to live life, particularly when you left high school? Did she do any of those kinds of parenting acts?
Yeah, well, I think so. Ms. Boyd and Ms. Anderson too, I think it's. And they were instrumental in getting us into the integrated colleges. In fact, I think they filled out a lot of the applications for us.
Really? Okay.
So we had a group, about 5 or 6 of us, that decided we wanted to go to an integrated school. So the teachers helped out greatly in seeing that happen, and I think that gave us a lot of advantages getting away from home and graduating and going in that environment.
What school did you go to?
Bucknell University in the middle of Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay then. That's a big school.
Yeah, and expensive too.
Yeah, that's a big school. Anything else you wanted to add?
Not really, except that going to Phoenix. I have no complaints about Phoenix. Everything seemed to go okay there, and then the teachers and the student teachers and all that.
Okay.
And of course, it was convenient to me where I could go home for lunchtime, and
And your father was an architect. You were an architect too.
I was a structural engineer.
Okay, engineer.
Yeah.
Did you get anything from Phoenix that helped build a foundation for that field? Any classes?
Yeah, science classes. I'm trying to think of my science teacher. I can't think of his name right now, but and we probably got more science lessons than the average school because of the teachers that were there.
They just gave you a lot of different applications for sciences?
Yeah. Instead of everybody going to English classes, a lot of them went to science classes.
A lot of students went to science.
Yeah.
What was the
More
draw?
than a normal amount, I would say.
Well, I'm interested. Why did more go to science? That's an interesting note.
Why? I guess they didn't fear science that much. Some people students thought that science classes were more difficult and all that, so they didn't pursue that. But actually, it ended up being a good major to look into is sciences.
Well, that's interesting because now there's a more of an emphasis nowadays for students in science.
Probably so.
Anything else you wanted to add?
No, except that I had a great time when I was in high school, and the teachers were great, and of course everybody knew my parents and the faculty and all that. So.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.